When I was growing up, first year of school, I knew the teachers were going to get it wrong. I knew that whenever we had a substitute teacher, they were going to get it wrong.
You're doing things on the football field that not a lot of people have done before you, but yet a lot of people still can't pronounce your name. Set the record straight.
A lot of people tend to say Danielle, but it's pronounced Danielle. My mom, she decided to put two people's names together, my uncle and her father's. She just came up with Danielle.
You came to the States when you were 8 from Jamaica. Let's be honest, Jamaica's not really known for football. So how were you introduced to the sport?
One of my friends, his dad was a football coach. So we were playing tag outside. I ran by, he took his glasses down and looked at me like, son, you should try to play football. And I was like, sure, why not?
And how old were you when you started?
I was 9, 10. I played left tackle, and then I started to play fullback. And then I played running back, then receiver. That was my freshman year of high school. Coach, he put me at defensive end, and ever since I've been a defensive end.
And it's sacked again! It's another one for the unstoppable Danielle Hunter!
You're doing things at a whole nother level. When you came out of LSU, you were drafted in the 3rd round. You fly under the radar. Do you wish that you had more attention?
Honestly, most of the guys that are first-round picks, they automatically get attention and all that. But lower-round guys, they got to work their way up in order to get stuff. I had some friends and teammates that always like do this and do that to get more attention, and I'm like, nah, just gonna stay me.
The ferocity of one of the best pass rushers in the NFL.
Is there a quarterback that you get more excited to sack than any other?
Man, there's one quarterback that I've always wanted to sack.
Who?
Tom Brady. Man, because I've watched him growing up and all that.
Let's say you get a sack against Tom Brady. Do you help him up?
I don't ever help up the quarterback after that.
Even Tom Brady, you're not
That's just nah.
Okay, so the defensive unit's such a tight group, and then when the offense has the well-documented drama that we've seen play out over the last few weeks, how do you guys compartmentalize that?
Well, we just try to control what we can control. We try to go out there and make turnovers, do our jobs in order to give the offense back the ball in order for them to continue to make plays.
What's the vibe right now in the locker room?
Oh, it's a good vibe. We're all focused. You can tell that everybody's focused in on doing their part. We look in each other's eyes and we see that we're ready to just go out there and compete.
Good job, Charissa. Very good. Yeah, I gotta love this defense. I mean, every defensive coach has a goal board. You try to hold them under 17 points. These guys are like holding opponents to 15 points or less a game. And with the offensive style they run, you guys can appreciate this. They're kind of on the conservative side. Heavy run, right? With Dalvin Cook, play action pass, conservative. You need a defense to create opportunities for your offense if you're going to be a championship team. And they've got playmakers on all 3 levels. Obviously, Hunter and that crew. You got Anthony Barr and all those linebackers. You got Harrison Smith and the DBs.
Rose.
Whoa! I mean, it's a lot of talent, well coached.
Tony, when I was at the facility a couple days ago, there's a good energy, right? Because winning cures all blemishes. Do you think that they're back on track there offensively?
Absolutely. And, just talk about just looking at them on paper, offensively, defensively, this is one of the best teams in the NFL. And I don't know if you remember, Chris, we went out there and did the preseason game.
Yeah, I do remember that, Tony. How could I forget?
I can't forget either. And they are really, really good. And offensively, looking at Kirk Cousins right now, I give credit to Zimmer. Let Kirk be Kirk. Go out there, take the good, the bad, and ugly. I've said it before. You got Dalvin Cook who can run the football, but you got 2 of the best receivers in the league in Diggs and Thielen. And you saw what's happened the last couple of weeks. You get those guys involved to go with that running game, to go with that defense. This is one of the best teams in the NFL.
On the other side of the ball, Mike, what are you seeing from...
It'll be a long year for Jared Goff. All right, an important game in the NFC North between the Lions and Vikings. Minnesota's Danielle Hunter has followed up in his Pro Bowl campaign from a year ago with 6 sacks in 6 games, which is among the league leaders. And you know what? We hear a lot about guys like Harrison Smith and Everson Griffin on that standout Vikings defense. But Charissa Thompson, the time to give Danielle Hunter his day in the spotlight is long overdue.
You're right about that, Kurt. And with all of the drama on the offensive side of the ball in Minnesota, this defense has stood firm and continued to block out all the distractions. And ahead of their divisional showdown with the Lions today, I sat down with Danielle to see if he can continue to make history before his 25th birthday, just 9 days from now.
God designed a defensive end. He designed Danielle Hunter.
You are one of the most underrated superstars.
I picked the wrong defensive line because Danielle Hunter's putting on a clinic.
Does that bother you?
Not really.
We all knew that he was a freak, but my goodness, this guy is on a tear right now.
I like the way it is because I feel like I'm an assassin. I'm in a room, no one knows I'm there, but I'm there. A long time ago, I used to be kind of a thinker. I'd always try to think things through, and that stuff kind of slows you down.
Just watch Danielle Hunter's effort. He's getting rewarded for the work that he puts in. Well done, young man.
You've reported your 46th career sack, which is an NFL record for the most sacks for someone under the age of 25. How does that sound when I say it?
It sounds pretty good. It was a long road to get there. I definitely didn't do it by myself. Older guys, they laid out the way for me to just come in as a young player.
Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin to join Joseph up front. What a dynamic duo they are.
They had the role of being the starters and all that, so I just sat down and I just learned from them.
Who were guys that you looked at growing up?
Well, my dad, he was a Giants fan, and he used to always watch Michael Strahan.
Never heard of him. What was his name?
Michael Strahan.
Oh, Michael Strahan.
Yeah, he used to always watch the games, see like the Giants and Strahan. So every time he would get a sack, he would be like, yes, yes, and he would be all in for him. That's just part of the reason why I know so much about him.
Do you have a message for him?
Michael Strahan, you're the best, man. I like you.
He's a likable guy.
I mean, wow.
His dad was a fan.
His dad was a fan. And Charissa, you were there with him. I mean, seems like such a nice kid on top of being just such a talented player.
He so is, Michael. It's so funny you say that because he was quiet and I was like, do you like interviews? And he's like, I'm okay, I just don't like to talk about myself. I'm like, well, your stats are talking for you. I mean, the number 46 sacks, the youngest to do it before he turns 25. And I mean, I know, Kurt, you joke about the fact that his dad likes Strahan. He couldn't have had nicer things to say about you and playing at such a high level.
Well, he had me at hello. How about that? But this is a kid, though. He left LSU early, thought he was going to be a first-round pick, went in the third round, drafted basically off of potential, and boy, has he lived up to that potential and beyond. And he's part of a great defense right now. They swept the Lions last year, 10 sacks on Matthew Stafford. With this defense, with him being a big part of this defense, it gives Zimmer such a freedom to let Kirk Cousins loose. Let him throw the ball like they've done. They've been more balanced. 33 runs, 29 passes last week. That's what they need to do to win. A balanced offense, just let this defense get loose. And Danielle Hunter is a big reason they can do that.